If he is sad in his relationship with you and that is projected outward, it will be projected outward as anger. Anxiety is fear projected inward. Irrational behavior is fear projected outward. You're not going to allow yourself to be treated that way. You're not going to allow your partner to continue to talk to you in that fashion or behave in that fashion. And this goes for both men and women, because no woman deserves to be constantly criticized and manipulated by a man the same way no man deserves to be constantly controlled and manipulated or criticized by a woman. The emotional toll can lead to chronic stress and health issues over time, which actually, ladies, leads to the increasingly early death rate that men experience. So while marriage can lead to a longer relationship, you notice that the men die first, typically related to stress. So the only thing I can say, I'm not going to say that it's your fault. I am going to say that what you don't want to do is you don't want to contribute to the stress. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be a part of his problems. You want to be a part of his solutions. So if you have a man that you know is stressed out because of the life that he leads with these responsibilities that he tries to take on, then as his girlfriend or his wife, you want to make sure that you can alleviate that stress. You don't want to add to the stress by fussing at him and cussing at him and making him feel bad about his lack of success. He recognizes his own success. Most men actually beat themselves up on a regular basis because they're not good enough for their own personal expectations, when your expectations might not even be their expectations. By the time you get to them, they've already gone 15 rounds with themselves before you stepped in and told them that they weren't worth it. They weren't valuable. You should never tell your partner that he's not valuable to you. You should never tell your partner that you don't need him, that you can do this all by yourself, because that is his identity, is doing it for you. Doesn't matter if you can do it by yourself. You chose him to do it for you. You didn't choose him. You didn't choose him because you couldn't do it. You chose him because you wanted him to do it. So why would you then hire him to be this person for you and then say, that's all right, I don't need your services? Then what am I here for? That makes no sense. Another thing that we talk about, isolation. Toxic dynamics can result in one person isolating the other from friends and family, further exacerbating feelings of loneliness and despair. Usually, this situation occurs. You can find a toxic relationship when either your boyfriend doesn't want you to socialize with your female friends anymore, or your girlfriend doesn't want you to socialize with women in society at all. This is a toxic dynamic. And that isolation keeps the men from observing something better, observing better treatment. You don't know that you're being mistreated until you see other people being treated better than you in the exact same situation. And then by comparison, you're like, hey, why don't I deserve that? So isolating you from the ability to see that you're not being treated right puts you in a position where you start